Devastating times. My flip-flops have broken. No more flip-flops. It's hard to explain or describe the kind of heat you get in central Portugal in summer. I'm not complaining. I do love summer and I don't mind the heat. But as you can see, one's permanently melting. Apple pie's piglets are 3 days old. All looking strong and healthy. Some of them have been running around outside and now having a post-breakfast nap. Good morning, honey bunnies. How are you all doing? All 10 are looking good. Well, you're a good girl. Did you watch the farm while I was away? Right. Nobody can say these pigs are not well fed. I feel a bit like Oprah. You get a piece of watermelon. 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 Tim Tam is busy giving birth at the moment. I don't want to disturb her, but I can see some little piglets around her. Tam has just had her babies. I can see 5 over here so far. Afterbirth is out. She's in a bit of shock. I'm not seeing any milk. Hopefully the birth will stimulate milk. They're trying to find teats. She rolled over, heard a squeak, so I don't know if there's a baby under her. The thing is, they have to get colostrum, so let's just hope the milk comes in and that them pushing on her teats will stimulate. But she's in a bit of shock. She's even turned down a piece of melon, which for Tim Tam is unusual. Onde existe todo amor e tem segredo profundo. A morada do meu pai é no coração do mundo. Onde existe todo amor e tem And so ends another eventful evening on Bella Pedra. Tim Tam had 5 piglets last night, well, yesterday evening. I didn't film that much about it. It was all a bit touch and go, but I'll have to tell you a little more about that whole story. So Tim Tam had her piglets yesterday evening, or late afternoon, early evening. In the morning I'd noticed that her teats definitely looked a little bit more engorged. She still ate like normal, she still ate again, had some treats. I had a visitor who brought some fruit for the pigs and she was still eating. Lunchtime, no problem. And then when I came to give the late afternoon, early evening feed, I noticed Tim Tam didn't come out for the feed, which is very unusual for her because she loves eating. And so I peeped in and she was just giving birth to the 5th piglet. I stayed with her. She was absolutely terrified. She had no idea what was happening to her. And she was hyperventilating and she was just in an absolute state of shock. So I didn't get to do much filming, obviously, because I was more concerned with the pig. And so I lay down next to her and spoke softly to her and massaged her and stroked her. But the piglets, in the meantime, the instinct for survival is incredible. That these piglets, just freshly born, they were desperate to try and get the colostrum. But because she was in such a state of shock, she wasn't letting the milk down, and her nipples are still tiny because she hasn't had piglets before. And so the piglets couldn't latch on. They were running all over the show. I couldn't believe that newly born piglets were so fast and could run around. But boy, they were running around trying to latch onto anything, trying to find anything that was going to give them milk. And I know that if they don't get their colostrum within the first 4 hours, that's a problem. So I contacted my neighbors. They came over to help, and yeah, it took 3 hours altogether to calm her down so that she was relaxed, so that the milk would come, so that the piglets could drink. But another sign was I saw in the morning, she was making a nest, but she was finding strange things for this nest. She got her yellow swimming pool and she pushed the yellow swimming pool into the pig house, and then she managed to push it upright against the wall as if she was creating another wall. That was her nest that she created. The yellow pig pool, her favorite. But there's a gap in the pallets, and they keep wandering from the one house to the other. So they're actually in the other pig house at the moment, not the special one. So I have given Tim Tam the green pool over here now. I actually had this afternoon both Tim Tam and cheesecake in it, and I've given the shell one to the two older girls because it's lower for them to get in and out of. So she's going to come probably to come feed her piglets, and they're all in the other house. Tandy's a little bit too interested here for my liking. So I'm just trying to board this up a little bit because, yeah. So my plan is to remove this front gate to make it easier for access, and then to put down some sawdust so that they can get ready for their farrowing, Maggie and Candy. Okay, door is off. Candy just stampeded past me and knocked the wheelbarrow over. But Maggie's in here lying down. I think that's really nice and cool in here. It gets a nice little breeze. But I am going to put the wood shavings in now. Okay, sawdust is in. They will move it around as they see fit. I plan to keep Cinnamon Bun out of this area. Worked yesterday but not today, as you can see. So this morning they were still in separate areas, but after I had fed them and went to go and give everybody water, Cinnamon Bun broke in here, and even though all her food was down at the gate, she wanted to come and eat Apple Pie's food. And wouldn't let Apple Pie have any. So I managed to get her out, closed it up. Apple Pie then could eat some food. Cinnamon Bun went to eating her own food. So I got back now from fetching water, and lo and behold, Cinnamon Bun has broken in again, and she's sitting wallowing in Apple Pie's pool, even though she has her own pool with water in. She seemed to prefer Apple Pie's pool. Anyway, so now tonight I've just thrown down 2 lots of food. I gave Apple Pie more because she is feeding, but Cinnamon Bun has chased Apple Pie away from her food. So she's eating the double ration, and Apple Pie is now just having the normal ration. But there's more than enough food because I was actually giving Cinnamon Bun a little bit extra as well because she's due to pop any minute. All good this evening, all sleeping, looking very well fed. Cinnamon Bun is actually my biggest kuni pig. She's Apple Pie is much smaller than her. I think she takes after her dad, Chris. This is her dad. But look how pink and engorged her teats are. I think it's got to be close. They say the pigs don't eat like even the day before they give birth. My pigs unfortunately haven't got that memo. They're always ready to eat. So if I have a look at her vulva, it is looking a little bit more swollen. Not as loose and flabby as Apple Pie's was, but her teats definitely are looking quite engorged. Oh dearie me, a problem to be solved. Strange spider webs everywhere. Look here. Anybody know what spider this is? Is it dangerous? So this morning's little piglet update, they're all fighting with each other, trying to bite each other's tails and jumping everywhere. Oh my goodness, what an active little bunch. Can you imagine having had all of these in your tummy? So I think this way will work for water. This fits inside the tire. Buen día. Nice big spider to help with feeding this morning. Apple Pie's babies are all out this morning. And the strange thing is that Cinnamon Bun hasn't had her own yet, but while she's waiting for the feeding, she's lying down and she's feeding Apple Pie's babies. So Apple Pie's babies are now eating off 2 sows. So hopefully Cinnamon Bun's not giving them all her colostrum for when her babies do arrive. But you see, they're now getting, fed by 2 sows. One which hasn't even had her babies yet. The frogs have all been jumping around here in the bottom of the water mine, objecting to the fact that I've used up their water. Hear them complaining. Apple pie's piglets are 3 days old and already quite curious. No, Juno. They are not food, they're part of the family. All the pieces of the mosaic table are glued down now. So next step is going to be the grouting. And I will wear gloves. The grouting is coming along. I've got to just make another mix of grout for that last little bit over there. This week I decided to create a mosaic table. This is something I could do sitting under this gazebo with a breeze blowing over me. And yeah, still a work in progress. Hopefully we'll be finished soon. But I've started putting the grout in. Grouting is finished. It's just going to need a few more wipes with the sponge to get rid of this is called the hazing on the tiles, but that's what it's going to look like. Grouting is done. Work is continuing, but at a much slower pace than before. You know, you do like a little bit, you take a drink break, you rest a little bit, you attack a little bit more. It just takes a lot longer, but it is still happening and it's still going on. Claudia is famous. So we're cleaning out these IBC tanks that I got. We've moved my pump down from the water mine onto Claudia and Christina's well over here, and we're cleaning tanks. So Apple Pie's piglets are, I see there's 6 of them that have come out to see what she's doing. Followed her out to the food. They're sniffing at the food, but they're not too sure what they're supposed to be doing. It's about 7:15 on a Saturday night, and guess where I am? I thought I'd come and fill the bottles now. It's a little bit cooler. When I came yesterday at midday, it was way too hot, even though the water is so cool. Andy, are you wanting a good girl treat? Oh, you sitting so beautifully. Oh, Tandy. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum, yum. Where are you going to go with that? Better hide from Juno. Oh, speak of the devil. Here she comes, Juno. Right. Sit, Juno. Sit. Yeah, sit nicely. Sit nicely. Juno, sit nicely. You're getting excited. Right, there you go. Thank you so much to the mystery person who sent me a Ryobi palm sander, which is much needed for me to sand the ends of the eucalyptus logs for my cordwood. Unfortunately, your name on the label was smudged, so I can't see who you are to thank you personally. So I'm just, hopefully you get to see the video. Thank you so much for the sander. And thank you so much to the person who chose the dog grooming brush off my wish list and sent it to Tandy and Juno. They are going to love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this week's video, and thank you to all the people who always take the time to comment. It's greatly appreciated. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you on the next video.